Profiles. I'm your host, Tony Prince. Hey guys, uh, I'm here today to talk a little bit more about boxing. Folks. Hey, folks. I got to apologize to you guys because I kind of come on the air pretty randomly. Yesterday, I was on the air with a friend of mine named Theo, and so we had a great conversation. It was an hour and 40 minutes of a great conversation about boxing. Everything is about boxing. But today I have something that also this has inspired me. I was listening to a podcast. It was Fanon, and Fanon is one of the guys that I listen to. I love Fanon. I love I give a big shout out to Fanon, Blue Blood Sports, and Coach Malcolm. Y'all keep doing your thing. All right, guys. So I love these guys, and you know I was listening to the Fanon show, and there was some things that was being said. So, I want you guys to hear it. I'm going to address one of the issues because we did address this issue just yesterday, and I was saying how in a fight like this, everything matters. Okay, the fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and then again, I got a little short video for you guys. I want you guys to see this right here. This is something I put together right quick. Go ahead and watch this. This is what we're going to be talking about today. This is the topic of the subject. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do right now, I want you guys to hear exactly because I'm not going to be able to quote word for word what was being said. So I want you guys to hear. I'm going to put this right here up here for you guys. I got my phone over here, and I'm going to play this video for you guys. Now, I got this held up on this thing. I call it the thing, which is a hand right here that holds my phone, which is pretty cool. So, all right, guys, I'm going to play this, guys. Go ahead if you guys listen to this. Also, too, let's see here. I want to make sure that my chat is on. Let's see. Yeah, the chat. Okay, chat is on. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you guys. Guys, listen to this real quick.
Boxing schedule in your pocket. It helps you to keep updated on boxing events and details. Also assists you when you want to find bars near you to watch fights and allows you to set reminders for upcoming fights. Download the boxing showtimes for your smartphone and your tablet. Thank you again to our newest sponsors, Boxing Showtimes. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about the welterweight division, Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford undisputed fight, and some input that came as far as who would win the fight and what would be a critical factor in the outcome of the fight from one of the best trainers in boxing out of Philadelphia, Bozy Ennis, the father of Jaron Ennis, trainer of Jaron Ennis, trainer of a lot of different Philadelphia fighters. Also had two older sons that were professional fighters. Still gets in the ring with himself, and you can see some sparring work from him. Dude can still fight at 65 years old. I believe he's around 65 years old. And he had a very interesting take on what would be the difference in the fight between Errol and Terrence and why he has it a 50-50 fight and does not have it as a bigger edge for Errol Spence Jr. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel, to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. If you are a longtime subscriber, supporter to the channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for your continued support. That is really what makes the channel go. You guys just keep coming, chopping it up with me in the comment sections and in the live streams that we do. Thank you guys so much, so much for your input. All right, so let's get into this. Bozy Ennis gave an interview, or actually had a conversation that he was having outside of his gym, recorded on YS and Media. Definitely go check those guys out. A lot of good material that those guys bring out of the gyms in Philadelphia. And if you don't know, same thing go with another podcast on YouTube called the Rise Podcast. It brings you a lot of really good gym information out of Baltimore, which, if you're not from the United States, are two of the epicenters of boxing in the United States of America. So they were talking about what the difference was with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, and Bozy said that he had it as a 50-50 fight. And the reason that he had it that way is because he was like, look, I don't know what Errol Spence Jr. has in him. I don't know how he was raised. I know for sure that Terrence Crawford was from the streets like we are, not me. That to him, referring to the cats around that he's talking to, saying, look, I know Terrence Crawford is from the street, and you're going to have to KILL Terrence Crawford in order to beat him in that ring. So, the question for him is, does Errol Spence Jr. have that type of, does he have that type of dog in him? Is he raised that type of way where he's going to do whatever he has to do to win, and he's just so hungry that he just will do, he'll go wherever he has to go mentally and physically in order to win that fight, right? Now, the discussion went back and forth about, other fighters that have, may or may not been from the inner city, because I really think when he's talking about kids, people that are from the inner city, right? So Terrence Crawford is from inner city Omaha, Nebraska. Some people would say, but that's Omaha, Nebraska. That's not Chicago. That's not Baltimore. That's not Philadelphia. But no, Omaha, Nebraska has most definitely got its rough parts to it, and most definitely got that attitude about it, where it's not really somewhere you want to mess around too much, depending on where you are. I do believe that the part that he's from is North Omaha. I believe it's North Omaha. Please, somebody from Omaha, correct me if I got my sides incorrect. And they said, Errol Spence Jr. on the other hand is not a kid that really grew up in the inner city. So will he have that toughness? Right now, Bozy also said, like, if Terrence Crawford can win, if Terrence Crawford can come out and do something to him early in the fight, then Terrence Crawford can win. But if Terrence Crawford does not start fast, he's like, look, man, that may go real south for him, because Errol Spence Jr. is really coming to get you, right? Now, my input on this is, I think that is a bit of a misconception that people have about where people's fighting spirits come from. Now, not to say that I'm as big an expert on it as Bozy Ennis is. However, know a lot of cats raised in the inner city, know a lot of cats raised in the suburbs, raised in the country, right? So, for example, Errol Spence Jr. is, as far as you have in Texas, he's a city kid. He's from I think he's from DeSoto, Texas, right outside of Dallas. But
okay, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. The part that I was really intrigued about was when Bozy Ennis said that he doesn't know what Errol Spence has in him. Wow. I mean, it's obvious that Errol Spence has something inside of him that he has been dominant since the amateur days. Now he's a professional and he's dominating. The man has 75% of the 4 titles. He has 3 of them. So I don't understand what Bozy's trying to say about Errol Spence and what he's saying about Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford, the man was great in the lightweight division. He's in a whole new division. Okay. So I'm not even looking at that, yes, he's undisputed and all that other stuff. Great fighter, great things as a lightweight. He's now a welterweight. Okay. The number 1 guy in this division is Errol Spence. So, we got to be real when it comes to this, because there's been a lot of stuff that's being thrown around, this and that. Some of it's just plain stupid, and some of it is just dumb. Okay, some of y'all, I have to hit this button right over here that says this right here from a famous person.
Can you tell me the origin of your phrase, you don't know shit about boxing? Everybody knows. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
Okay, so, if you guys heard that was Roger Mayweather, what he said most MFs don't know shit about boxing anyway. So, with that being said, I'm not saying Bozy don't know boxing. Bozy's one of the best trainers that's out there. All I'm saying is, you know, what he said didn't make any sense to me, because you talking about the man that is the man in the welterweight division. Okay, Terrence Crawford is not the man. He's one of them, but he's not the man. The man is Earl Spence Jr. And I'm not being biased. I'm being straight line, and I'm going straight to the point. The point is, okay, everybody's picking Terrence Crawford to win this fight. Okay, all right, okay, great. Okay, I think Earl's gonna go ahead and Earl's gonna win the fight. That's my opinion. Okay, all right. But all the Crawford fans, they don't care what they see in Earl Spence. They don't care that he has 3 titles. Okay, they don't care that he was dominant when he was in the amateurs. They don't care that Earl Spence is dominant inside of as a professional. Okay, they don't care about that. They don't care that Earl Spence is cracking people's faces open and people are not returning to the ring for a year and a half to 2 years. Ask Danny Garcia. Okay, he's just getting back right now. He needed the time off in order to, you know, from the Earl Spence fight. Okay, so you guys believe what you want to believe, and let's get on the fact that Earl Spence's corner people, Derek James, that he has, is a phenomenal coach. Okay, I mean, look, he got Charlo to be undisputed, and he has a second fighter that's getting ready to fight to be undisputed. So none of that matters. Okay, to the Terrence Crawford fans, or to the people that think Earl Spence is going to lose this fight, none of that matters. Well, folks, it all matters. It all comes down to what I said before, your foundation. Okay, and we're going to find out which one of these guys has the heart to stand there and to throw hands. Okay, because so many people are just saying some of the things I'm hearing is just plain stupid. I mean, come on, man, really? I mean, I'm hearing all kinds of nonsense, and it's like, look, man, okay, again, I'm gonna say it again, I'm a former professional fighter. I know what it's like to step inside that squared ring, and believe me, trust me, every time those fighters step in there, win, lose, or draw, your life is on the line. So, you know, folks, I mean, we got to be real with this, okay? Some of you guys are not touching down on reality, so I'm going to bring you back down a little bit, okay? Look, Earl Spence ain't no joke, okay? All right? He ain't no joke. The man is knocking people out, and he's seriously hurting people, okay? Whether it's intentional or not, the man has the killer instinct. Does Crawford have the killer instinct? Okay, maybe so. Okay, I'm pretty sure he does, else he wouldn't be doing this. Okay, and Crawford is a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. Everybody says the man is pound for pound number 1. Okay, pound for pound number 1. All right, now I'm begging to differ, because we got 1 and 2 jockeying for the number 1 position. Okay, everybody's saying Crawford's number 1, so that makes Earl Spence number 2. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, so Crawford is the man on the pound for pound list. He's not the man in the welterweight division. So let's just go back and just let me reiterate what I said. In a fight like this, everything matters. Okay, you can't go in there and you're going to be stubborn. Okay, you can't sit back and gonna say, I'm gonna stand right in front of them, because that's not your fight. That's not how you fight. If you want to stand in front of them, that's your first mistake. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Earl Spence ain't no joke. Okay, everybody keeps talking about, oh, Earl got 1 gear, he got this and that. Folks, I'm telling you right now, Earl Spence is gonna surprise a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys haven't been paying attention. Okay, but after this fight, you guys are going to be paying attention. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you that I'm wrong. I'll tell the world I'm wrong. I'll come on here and say, man, guys, I was 100% completely wrong. Why? Because that's the way I am, bro. Just like that. It's just that simple and just that easy. Okay? Stop sleeping on Earl Spence. All right? Stop saying stupid things about him. I'm telling you guys right now, go back, look at his history. Go back, look at Crawford's history. Okay? Some of you guys ain't just like, he don't know what he's talking about. I know how you guys are. All you casual fans is what they call you guys, all right? You know what I'm saying? Again, let's just get down to it. I want to see a fight. I want to see both of them throw hands. Let's see which one of them get knotted up, okay? Because I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of cracking that's going on. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. What if Terrence Crawford's speed, agility, and all these athleticisms that everybody's that's betting on Crawford to win the fight, what happens if he cannot stop Errol Spence? The moment of silence came because I know that's something for you guys to really, really think about, okay? You can run only so long before he catches up with you. Mayweather even said it. You can't run from a fighter like Errol Spence. You're going to have to, at some point, throw hands with him. And if you can't throw hands with him, he's going to destroy you. That's the bottom line. You don't believe me? Ask Danny Garcia. Ask Ugas. Ask Sean Porter. Ask Chris Algieri. Shall I keep going on? Or I already know what the Crawford fans are going to say. Oh, but none of them were better than Crawford. Is that what you're going to say? The moment of silence come again real quick for you. Okay? All right? This fight is not going to be a joke. One of these guys' career could be ended, or both of these guys' careers could be ended. That's how serious this fight is. Okay? All right? And, hey, Spence has more to do. So does Crawford. Both of these guys got more to do. All right? So I'm looking for a great fight. I'm sure everybody else is too. But some of the things I'm just hearing that's out there is just plain stupid. And again, I'm not hating on Crawford. All I'm saying is I'm going to be real with you. Okay? Because I'm hearing all the possibilities what Crawford can do. But I don't hear no possibilities what Spence can do. Everybody's saying it's a 50-50 fight. Well, let's be real. If it's a 50-50 fight, all the possibilities that you guys say that Crawford could beat Spence, what about all the possibilities that Spence could beat Crawford? What if Crawford's can't stand in front of Spence? What if Crawford's corner throw in the towel? No, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. How do you know? How do you know? Why? Because Crawford is supposed to be such a great fighter? Now let's flip that. Same thing with Spence. Okay, so again, let's be real with this. Let's be real with this. If anything in the first fight, it might be a draw. Think about it. It might be a draw, okay? I favor Spence in the fight. That's just my opinion, okay? Not hating on Crawford in any kind of way. I give Crawford big props. Pound for pound, #1 on the pound for pound list, okay? All right. And also, too, I want to mention something else. I heard something. I was reading in comments and I heard something. Now, I know Blue Blood Sports could go ahead and he could take it for himself. But I want to tell y'all something. You know, if you guys haven't watched Blue Blood Sports, the brother is straightforward. He's good at what he does. OK. And then I'm hearing people attacking him because they don't like what he's saying. OK. Blue Blood Sport has always said Terrence Crawford is pound for pound #1. Okay, Blue Blood, I got your back. I'm going to back you up 100% on that because that's all I've been hearing you say. Terrence Crawford is #1. Okay, now whether who he picks to win the fight really doesn't matter. He said Crawford is pound for pound #1. He's giving Crawford his props. And then some of you guys just hating on the dude just to hate on him. But without you haters, we don't have the content to go out there and bring up these kind of conversations. And that's what's so great about what we do. Okay. So, you know, I'm not going to be on here too much longer because I got to go to the gym. I got to get my fighters down there trained and help them get ready for a fight in Fresno that's coming up. Okay. You know, so folks, let's be real when we talk about this. Okay. All right. Let's be real. Let's be real. Because whatever you guys are saying about Terrence Crawford, you need to flip it because Errol Spence, all those possibilities for Errol Spence could win the fight also. So let's just bring things right back down to earth because a lot of guys are saying a lot of stupid stuff, okay? You know, yes, well, I mean, I could sit here and say, hey, okay, what if Terrence Crawford can take Errol Spence's power? We got a war on our hand. If he can, we got a war. And it's going to be a great one too, okay? Now, I've seen a lot of great fights. Okay. I'm 60 years old. All right. 60 years old. And I'm going to tell you now, I've seen a lot of great fights. The two great fights that I've seen was the Thriller in Manila. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. Okay. The second greatest fight that I seen was Julio Cesar Chavez versus Mildred Taylor 1. Those two fights were two of the best fights I've ever seen. Now, don't get me wrong. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns was a great fight. Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler was a great fight. Okay. I could go on and on. Alexis Arguello, Aaron Pryor was a great fight. I could go on. I could name a lot of Salvador Sanchez fights. I can name a lot of Montequia fights. Okay, I can name thousands and thousands. Okay, of fighters. You know what I'm saying, from different nationalities that had great fights that some of you guys don't even know about. Okay, all right, or you know what I'm saying. I mean, some of you guys don't even know who had the best jab in boxing. Period. I hope you guys know, because it's Larry Holmes, okay? And Larry Holmes learned it from Muhammad Ali because he used to be a sparring partner, okay? Now, why do I say this? I say all these things is because, you know, both fighters need each other in order for a great fight to happen. They need each other, okay? That's the bottom line to it. And Spence says Crawford is in my way. Crawford says Spence is in his way. And hey, all the possibilities can happen to both fighters. What happens if Spence's corner say, whoa, my fighter's getting beat up, so I'm gonna throw in the towel so he can live to fight another day? That can happen too. All these possibilities that all you guys are saying could happen to either fighter. All right. I'm waiting to see the guys throw hands, and let's see who gets lumped up and who gets cracked. That's what's up. All right. So you guys have a great day. I'm out. I'm off to the gym. You guys have a good one. You take care. And I'll be back at y'all. Hey, you know what? Just so you guys know, I'll be back at you guys next Tuesday at 1:30. Okay. Next Tuesday, July 2nd, 1:30. Okay. I'm going to have a friend of mine on here. Okay. His name is Robert Parham. He is a former 5-time world kickboxing champion. We're going to chop it up a little bit about this fight also. Okay. So just to let you guys know, I'm going to be back Tuesday, July 2nd at 1:30. Don't miss the show. We're going to have some really good conversations here. All right. So, you know, the chat line will be open also too. So if you guys want to comment, you know what I'm saying? And Theo, if you watching this, my man Theo, make sure you call in if you got questions for my man, okay? Theo, make sure you call in. I'll say it again, and I'm going to send you a text, my brother. Lawrence, Jamon Lawrence, big shout out to you. All right, Lawrence, also the same with you. If you get an opportunity to see the podcast, you call in also. All right, fellas, I'm out. You guys have a great day. I'm off to the gym. Late.